Session is about the motivation so that we remain motivated over infinite period of time. We remain attached with our goals. We remain in the journey. That journey give us success, happiness, and that is the reason we must have to be aware of the purpose, that what purpose play the role in achieving the goals, in keeping us in continuous attachment with the happiness, with the success. So in this session I am talking about the type of motivation which we must keep in front of ourselves so that we remain attached with the goals, we remain in the journey, and we enjoy that journey. First motivation is the purpose motivation, and that is the bigger motivation that keep us attached with the goal and give us the joy, the happiness of the journey, and we remain attached with it. And that is the reason it give us a vision, and vision always bigger than us, and that is the whole foundation for the success, for the happiness. And that is why researcher always prefer the purpose based motivation. The second motivation is the self starter motivation, that when we commit and when we think that let's start it, and that is again a commitment base, and we remain with the commitment, and we take start with ourselves, but we never realize that purpose always bring the team with itself, always bring the intellectual property we need, always bring to us the resources, and purpose fight for itself, and we have no push, no strong push toward the goal. Purpose give to the entire team, give the entire resources a push, and we reach to our goals, we enjoy our journey, and that is bigger than the self starter motivation. The third motivation is the ego centered motivation. That motivation is that when we feel degraded, when we feel not enough, and the reason for this ego centered motivation is fame, recognition, and respect, attention. But all these things are temporarily on the finite base, and that is the reason that motivation enable us, never giving us the strength that we reach over the infinite period of time to our goal, and we enjoy the journey as fame, recognition, attention are on finite basis, and it's leveled down with the time, with the journey. So again purpose remain bigger, purpose motivation remain bigger than the ego centered motivation. And the fourth one is the motivation of ethics, ethical motivation, and moral motivation. It is again a good motivation, a motivation which inspire us, a motivation which influence us, but the purpose is bigger. And that is the reason, if the purpose we connect with the ethics, with the moral, then this combination give us a motivation which is unmatched and not parallel to any motivation. So the fifth motivation is, that is money motivation, and that is the selfish motivation, and that is the lowest form of motivation, and that never give us to stay the ability to stay long enough in the game. Because when we see that we are not getting the money over a period of time, we remain detached, and the detachment is like to quit the game, and quitting the game mean that you are no more part of the game. And that is the reason we must have a purpose based motivation, a moral motivation, and the combination of moral plus purpose that give us joy from the journey, and we remain on the journey, and we remain attached with our goals. And that is the reason we must have a purpose, we must have a why, and those why, reason, purpose give us a strength, and that strength make us to go to the journey, remain attached to the journey. And that is why the business that have the foundation of purpose, that have the foundation of reason, that have the foundation of why, remain successful. And here is a little story, that story attached to the Wright brothers, that they make the aeroplane in competition to the person having more wealth, having more intellectual property, having more connections. But the Wright brethren have a purpose. So we must have a purpose, and that purpose, that moral purpose, give us the success, and give us the joy, and we remain attached with the goals, and that at the end give us the success. But here we always focus of starting what and then leading to how, but not bringing the why in front of both, not giving a priority to why. And that is the reason for most of the failure in the entire history, that we remain a failure. The reason lies what, we never keep why at the priority, and we never give why to a preference. And that is the reason we remain failure, and we quit the game, and we never stay in the game long enough.